Okay, hello Juan. So let's start again with now the district. We finished Lamar, so let's log in and just a quick recap for generating data. So on PPD, as before, you log in, you have your name, username, password, then you log in. Admin level, you go down to aim high, the bottom left, and this time we would generate from the 1416 report generator. We'll keep them all. So all the defaults, they're all selected. So we'll keep that and we'll go to the detailed report. And we'll generate a CSV file from the detailed report. And just to speed things up, I already loaded it in. So I don't have to delete the lines. I don't have to do all of the other stuff. So I've already read it in. It's already in Google Sheets format, and I removed the extra rows. So this is the data that I generated a few days ago, and everything's okay. The school number's a number, not a date. The text is the way it should be for the student names, the student number, subject area, teacher, use of text, and then the total hours accumulated, the hours needed, and then the plans needed, plans started, and the sessions accumulated. So all of that is our numbers. So that's good. Let's create a report. And then showing you that screen. So basically, it auto creates the first table. It should be 12 campus locations, 12 of them. And let's call this HB1416 February report. District level, yeah, district. Okay, once again, just to keep things simple, let's you can make it larger so you can see all the 12 schools. There you go, Roberto, yeah, RBB. Okay, and as you can see, that's the total number of student plans. That's a combination of mathematics and language arts, and you can see the totals there. So that's how many tutoring plans exist in San Felipe del Rio in February. So let's copy it and turn it into a chart so we can do a visual story. Uh, just make it a simple bar chart. It's taking a little long. Let's give it a few more seconds and then we'll try to help it. Okay, still struggling, so let's try to help it. Let's switch over to a different, easier chart and then go back to the bar chart. See if that helps. Ah, that helped. Okay, let's do some of the basic information enablement, some of the basic information visuals. So let's turn the labels on. So that's how many records they are per campus for tutoring. So that once again, it's a combination of math and language arts. One real quick thing. Notice that not all the schools are showing up. And I was going to try to show you a little trick to improve the visibility, but we'll do that a little bit later. So the default is 10 bars that show up. So let's increase the default from 10 to 12 or greater so that we can see all the schools. Okay, good. So now we can see all the schools. And then we'll figure out how to, I'll show you how to make the full name visible. We have to play around a little bit. You basically should get an option along the access line, but I think there's a little trick to it, so I'll try to come back and show that to you a little later. But this is the first page. Let's duplicate the page and do the same thing we did for Lamar. let's uh, let's add a filter, and then of course, as you know, you can manage the pages, and put names for each one of these pages. So this will be the district HB 1416 totals, total plans, total records, yeah, per campus. And then the other one can be, we're going to add that filter. So let's do the 30 hours. Okay, so we're on 2. Let's add that filter. So we'll go down on setup. We'll go all the way down, add a filter, and just like before, we'll name it 30 hours. Include, to select the field will be the accumulated hours. And then the decision is greater than or equal to. And then the number, of course, is 30. So let's go ahead and save that. Give it a second. And you can see it. As you can see, some campuses don't even have one student completing their tutoring program yet in February. So this is the kind of data I think Dr. Garza needs to see. You need to ask her, I think, make a proposal to her and ask her how often she wants to see this data and how they're progressing through the tutoring requirements. And eventually, Dr. Rios will see this data. Here's a little trick. So just by switching the chart type, it'll do some automatic breakdown. So here it automatically changed it so you can see both the mathematics and the language arts. And of course, these are the completed programs. So you have 33 and 82 for Del Rio Middle School. And you can see Dr. Fermin Calderon has 12 and 12, even mathematics and language arts. So this is pretty cool. And then you can play around with the visual, so you can improve the visual and make the bar skinnier. And then you can do a few more things. Let me just play around here. Style, let me see. Bars. All of these are things that you can do on your own. So the school name, you can, one of the things that I like to do is so the whole name is visible is you can adjust, find on the axis. Remember previously it wouldn't allow you, but once you added basically a access title and did a few things, it allowed you to do this modification. So you have to play around with it so you can get it just right to include everything. So you can see, you have to just play with the cursor and get it just right for both the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay. Let's just do one more thing here. So let's duplicate this one. Okay. Let's duplicate this chart so that in one page you can have the two primary data components. So the two primary data components, basically you have one chart with the filter, and really the other chart is the same chart but without a filter. So let's go down to the bottom of setup and remove that filter. Then basically you have total plans at the bottom, and then you have basically completed plans on top. So let's say for Del Rio Middle School, you have 1,120, and then you have 554 for mathematics and 566 for language arts. Completed as 33 and 82 for Del Rio Middle School. You can see the totals there match up. So that's pretty sound. If you're doing charts for the first time, I've already done it quite a few times, but you should double check these totals on the spreadsheet and the CSV file, and just do a few manual collection, let's say data validation steps. That will be my recommendation to you, is just to pick randomly a campus here, a campus there, and see if the totals match up. So as long as you don't have to do every single campus, but they have some sort of let's say data validation plan that you should always do. And talk to Dr. Garza. And once again, the whole goal is, how often does Dr. Garza want to see this data, and this presented to the principals, and eventually present progress to Dr. Rios. So it's something that you should introduce. And like before, we can play around with the titles for each one of these charts, or just superimpose on top a text and then put in a title for each one of these charts. You can do these, independently as well, so you don't have to try to find it within the chart itself. You can just go ahead and do it. Basically, make it bold, change the font size, and do that for each one of the charts. Okay. So this is now a district level report, just like what we did for Lamar. You can do it, and then you can add like page 4, 5, and 6, and make it one huge report and have all of the individual campuses. Once you do one campus, you just duplicate it, and then change a filter, and do like a filter per page for only one school, data for only one school. That's something you can do like on a super large report, or just do individual campus reports. It's up to you. I'd suggest that you propose something like this to Dr. Garza, to tell her that, hey, this is something you can do. She may say, thank you very much, I need to work on something else. Or she could say, hey, yeah, produce this data every 2 weeks for me. And I'm going to meet with the principals every 2 weeks and just generate this data for me. Do a report generation into a PowerPoint, a PDF. You have and work on cleaning up the data so that it looks, the visual looks better. So right now I'm just giving you the basics and the basic, titles, but you can of course make it your own, make it look super nice, and then as long as Dr. Garza, has a plan on what she would like to receive and the cadence and how frequent she would like to receive it, then this could be one of your projects. Okay. So good luck, Juan. I'll talk to you in our next meeting. Bye.